need improvement. And then at the end, I will give the final summary score for the evaluation. So anyone on ADC that want to speak up, this is an opportunity to kind of lay out the evaluation process.
Well, I would say that Dr. Graham has done a really nice job, especially as I mentioned to the group. You see what's going on in East Cleveland and the way that the staffs are being handled, and I think he's come in and really established a nice rapport with the people that are working in the district. And if you have people that are working in the district that are feeling respected and appreciated, that's going to translate into helping with our students and our community, and not having an adversarial relationship. So to me, that was that was a very big strength in terms of the human resource piece, that we've kind of moved in a definite direction of positivity under his leadership, and I'm thankful for that. And there's been kind of a calming of the waters, as we talked about from even a year or so ago. I know Mark and I had mentioned that we're getting the waters calm, and he's done a nice job of that.
Thanks, Steve. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I would echo that and add that I think the communications between administration to the community, to teachers, just through buildings, has been very, very good. And I appreciate very much knowing what's happening in real time. And I think that, shows definitely in that element of the evaluation. So we very much appreciate that, Jeff.
Thanks, Patty. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, I would just echo Steve and Patty. I think Dr. Graham's really tried hard to build trust, not only within the school system, but also within the community. He's collaborative. I know he's known to make most decisions in a group setting. He involves everybody, including union reps, and he's transparent. I truly appreciate that he's added strategies to engage the Hispanic population, which I think has been really helpful. And I think he definitely has a knack of putting the right people together, kind of to turn theory into practice. I think Mike Scott and Ross May are a dynamic duo, and it makes up for a great team. So I think when it comes to human resources, and I think that that's a strength. And I think for the first time in a while, we're having really in-depth discussions about equity, not just about the problem, but solutions. And so I just truly appreciate everything that Dr. Graham has done.
So excuse me, I appreciate that. And I appreciate the fact that our focus on equity is obvious. Just one correction. I do agree that Michael and Ross are outstanding, but they're two of many. We've got some great people all over the place. And as a result of that, we're, I think, right in a good direction. So thank you.
I think the whole team is just phenomenal.
Agreed. Yeah, thank you.
Excellent. So one of the things that I saw that really stood out to me was the level of support that the community provides for the schools, and the schools provide for the community. So it's a reciprocal support, with each needing each other and each supporting each other. And I think that your team as a whole has done an excellent job, all the way from the high school folks who are chasing kids down to get them into classes, to get them into credits, to figure out what's going on, all the way down to the middle and elementary levels, where those engaging principals are really driving their buildings and driving it with their teams as well. So that's a great representation as to what you and your team have put together. And I think it's on the right track. All arrows, in my opinion, are pointing up. Obviously, on this journey, there's always going to be room for improvement, is what we're looking for. And how can we get better? And that's the growth mindset. Always trying to figure out how can I get better and excel. And I've seen that out of this team. So I'm really thankful for that. And just to let you know, Dr. Graham, the overall summary for this year's evaluation from December until now has been a 4, which is highly effective based on the rating system between 1 and 4. Obviously, there were some areas in between that maybe needed some improvement, but I think it's something that your team is working on and addressing. So we just want to commend you and your team for the great work that you've done. And this is just not just a representation of one person, as we all know. This is an entire team. It's an entire community. It's an entire district moving forward in the right direction.
I appreciate your recognition of that.
Okay.
Again, I want to thank the ADC for your support, not just tonight, but I think throughout, well, obviously throughout the process. The board, same thing. We've been through a pretty unique year, and I think we landed on our feet because of the fact that I think all of us were willing to kind of hold hands and figure this thing out together, and not just the 11 people that I mentioned now, but you talked about the leadership team. And when I talk about our leadership team, we've got teacher leaders, we have support staff leaders, we've got, our building level leaders are outstanding. And I think we're poised for some good things. And I appreciate the fact that you've supported us throughout that process.
Excellent. So to authorize or approve this evaluation, I'd like to bring it up for a vote with the ADC. So can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to adopt an evaluation score, a total score of 4.
Can I get a second?
I'll second that.
Excellent. All right, can we get a roll call on that, Mr. Coffin? Oh, he's having some internet issues. Let's start with Patty. Can I get a roll call on that with Patty?
Yes.
Chief?
Yes. Yes.
And Dr. Sampson, yes. And 3 is enough for a quorum if...
I'm back, Randall.
Okay, there he is. Whew. All right.
Yeah, I don't, what are we voting on at this moment? I lost the feed, I'm sorry. I went to my iPad, my laptop just died on me, so it was having internet issues. So what are we voting on here?
So let's start over again. How's that sound? That way we can do this on the up and up. All right, so let's get a motion, Patty.
So I will make a motion to adopt a total evaluation score of 4.
Okay.
All right. And can we get a second?
I'll second that motion.
All right, let's do a roll call. Mr. Coffin.
Yes.
All right, Chief.
Yes.
And Patty.
Yes.
And Sampson, yes. All right. And so that evaluation has been adopted as a 4. Excellent. Thank you. Second part of our executive session was based on compensation. So inside of the contract language for the CEO is a bonus structure, an annual bonus structure that must be provided no later than 60 days after the first year of the contract. And that bonus structure is anywhere between $0 to $10,000. And we did not do this part previously with previous superintendents or CEOs, which we should have with previous ADCs. So now we're in the process of doing it, which is a good thing. And it's part of the contract. And having conversations with the CEO, we are going to combine the criteria for the bonus with his evaluation. So it's all the same process. And we're going to use that score and that process to determine the bonus as well. So can I get a motion on before we go into a motion? Anybody else want to add into this about the bonus structure, what your thoughts are of the work that's been done?
Well, I guess I would just say that I think that we should adopt a motion or a recommendation for a bonus that's reflective of the work and the score that's been given.
Okay. All right, Steve, anything else that you want to add?
Yeah, hopefully I don't die out, I guess. But yeah, I think the amount of work that has been done in the last, well, really with the COVID time period has been really, who would have foreseen what the tasks that were laid before this group. and everybody in education. But I think transitioning in from what Dr. Graham was coming into and with his administrative team and the things that they put in place and what will be put in place moving forward into the fall, I think it's very admirable. And they've done a nice job of doing the tasks that have been afforded to them. And really, there wasn't necessarily a manual to do some of the things that we had to do as a district and that his team had to do. So I think the Dr. Graham is deserving for sure.
Chief,
I would just echo that. I think he just been under the
you want to
circumstances.
add to that?
Yeah, I would just echo Steve and Patty that I think under the circumstances with the COVID and just the team building, the trust, the communication has been, and just the change in environment for everybody, you know, and the laser focus on going towards excellence. I think that Dr. Graham is absolutely worthy of the bonus here.
Okay. All right. So can we get a motion for the bonus structure? And I can put the motion out, right, Mr. Ferris?
Yes, you can.
Okay. All right. So as the chair, I want to put the motion out for a bonus for the CEO, Dr. Graham, to maximize the bonus amount that's in his contract, which is $10,000 for the bonus. Can I get a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Roll call on the vote. Mrs. O'Brien,
Yes.
Mr. Coffin, did his internet go out again? Seems like it.
Are you guys there? Hello?
There he is. All right, so we just
Yes,
called your name,
I
Mr.
give a
Coffin.
yes.
Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, Chief.
Hamster
Rivera?
must have be falling off the wheel for some reason tonight. I don't have this issue, but welcome to the.
Yes.
Okay, Chief Rivera is a yes. Dr. Sampson is a yes. And so move it that Dr. Graham has deservedly and rightfully earned every last component of that bonus through this pandemic. Thank you so much.
Incredibly kind, incredibly generous, and just to put on the record, my wife and I discussed this regardless of what the number was. We'll meet with the group again. There are so many people responsible for this, and in terms of the success that we've had over the course of the past year. But we like to gather a group of them and figure out how to spend this money. But it was a group effort. Obviously, this is not something I did alone. Everybody mentioned it, so we will put it to good use. So thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. You and your team is fantastic.
Thank you very much. And I agree. We have great people.
Okay. All right. And with that, I am going to motion for the adjournment. And ADC meeting has been adjourned.
Doctor,
Yes, sir.
we need to vote to adjourn. We need to vote to adjourn.
Vote to adjourn. There we go. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Seconded.
All right, roll call on the adjournment. Dr. Sampson, yes. O'Brien,
Yes.
Rivera,
Yes.
and Coffin.
Yes.
All right, meeting has been adjourned.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Have a
Summer.
good evening.
Hey, you all.